So you need to create an outline. Great! This is an organization for your thinking as we form strong essays. An outline is an efficient organization of information into topics and subtopics. General ideas become main headings, and they also are divided into smaller topics called subtopics. These subtopics can be broken up into smaller subtopics, depending on the amount of information you need to convey in your outline. So why should you outline? It helps you develop the purpose for your writing, determine your audience, and develop a strong thesis statement. There are 4 steps to creating a strong outline, and the first of these is to brainstorm. Now you're going to collect either the articles you've read, or your research, or the stories you've read, whatever you're outlining about, and you're going to make a list of the ideas you'd like to include in your paper. And you have a variety of ways of doing this. You could create a web, a list, a KWL chart, or 3-column notes. You really have lots of options available to you. If you're not familiar with any of these terminology, you can look for other videos specifically on KWL, 3-column notes, and list making. Step 2. You need to organize your information. You're grouping similar or common ideas together. And specifically, as you do this, you're looking for similarities that are going to show relationships to your audience. You need to make notice of these. If one group directly connects to another, you should take a note of that. It could come in handy later. Step 3. You're going to organize your common ideas into subtopics and then arrange them so that they make sense. Those notes you made about connections, this is the time to start considering them. In relation to your thesis, what makes the most sense? Should your subtopics go general to specific ideas? Do you want to start with the abstract and work to the concrete? Perhaps your first paragraphs are going to go over similarities and work into the differences. Your order needs to make sense, and it needs to support your thesis. Step 4. This is when you're going to label your outline. This is the actual creation of your outline. You're going to create headings and subheadings based on your topics and subtopics. Specifically, what main ideas have you come across from those groupings? There are 2 types of outline formats. The first of which is known as alphanumeric, and here's an example. We're looking at North American Indians, so there's our topic, and then you notice we have a 1 and a 2. They're 2 different tribes of Native Americans. Now, that's our topic. Under each topic, we have a subtopic. Those are listed as A and B, the big A, the big B. So we have homeland in the time of European colonies and the Trail of Tears. Well, that's a lot of information, and you want to collect as much of it as you can so that your rough draft from your outline can move from one place to another. This kind of becomes the catch-all for all of your research. The second type of outline we look at is a sentence format. Now this is a full writing. You're writing in complete sentences for each portion. So we start with our thesis. Young Americans are less concerned about the environment because they have been raised with many disposable products. Now, number 1 there, is becoming our first major topic. It is a complete sentence. From there, our subtopics are again capital letters, and then we're moving into additional letters below that. Each subtopic may have an additional subtopic. So what about MLA citations? Now, Modern Language Association, MLA, does not have a set format for an outline. However, if you decide to use one of these 2 formats, you can include citations within your notes. For instance, here's an alphanumeric outline, the same one we saw before, now with MLA citations. Now, I am assuming that your citations here are going to match up with your work cited. So all I have done on our subtopic, look under subtopic large A, little b, I've included an in-text citation. So I'm going to look back to that resource written by Kerr on page 56, and I'm going to see the information that I need to include in my paper. You'll also notice that under the next subtopic, I have 3 separate citations there. In other words, I have a lot of information there and I have lots of citations. Really? There's so much information there because I do have 3 citations? I probably ought to break that down further into more subtopics. Now here's a sentence outline with MLA citations. What's really nice about this is we can show what's a paraphrase and what's a direct quote. So under my major heading, I have my first major topic, Fast food comes in individual wrappers and in disposable bags. And I have a citation there. Now, my notes have already told me that this is a paraphrase from this text. There are no quotations. That means I can expand on this as long as I include that sentence or that citation with my paraphrase. Now look down a little bit further, the little a under hamburgers come in paper wrappers. I have a quotation I've pulled from the direct source. I have literally taken what I need, plugged it in with a framed quote, and I'm ready to go. All I need now is to copy my complete sentence starting with my frame and the quote from my source. And I've got an example there that I can use in my paper. See how the outline structures and organizes what we need from our research? So next time you start to freak out about an outline, don't. You're not about to be attacked by Jaws. Instead, brainstorm about your purpose, audience, and thesis. Organize your notes. Order your notes into topics and subtopics, and then begin formatting your outline by labeling each topic so that it makes logical sense. If you have additional questions and possibly need some more resources, check out the Purdue OWL Writing Lab. They're great for help with MLA, outlining, and other writing sources.